Hi guys, Tungsten here. So I finally get my hand on the Worker Phoenix over here. Yeah, so I basically I purchased this and I finally got it through the mail. Alright, so let's just go ahead and open it, and now it's time for me to give my take on it. I think there are a lot of reviews on it, so I've seen them. Pretty good review. Reviewed by other YouTubers, but let's see what I think of it. Alright, so out of the box. Okay, so this is what we have. Instruction. Okay, quite a simple set of instructions, so it give you a rough idea of what you can work with. Now this is the main thing. So the blaster itself, oh my god, this thing is actually quite big. Alright, so so you can see over here, okay, this thing is actually quite big. I think I think the worker should name this blaster the worker chicken rather than a phoenix. I think it looks more like a chicken, but by no means am I trying to make fun of it. Fender also have a very nice guitar called the White Chicken, which I wish I could afford, but hey. So this thing is quite big. Okay, you can see yeah. So, and I believe there are probably some attachment in the future, like what you see over here, that will improve, or I wouldn't say improve, but I'll give you a different look. Maybe there will be a phoenix, but this is like in my opinion, it's like a chicken. But anyway, I'll just call it the phoenix. Alright, so over here again, it comes with some darts. But I'm actually right off the bat, I'm a bit curious because back just recently, Worker actually released a short length dart, which is a waffle head tip, and they advertise it as for flywheel, and it just puzzled me why they come up with this flywheel but yet provide it as the Worker short length darts. I guess later on we'll just test with both and see what's the difference, and maybe I'll just cut down some of my main gun darts as well to check out the FPS, or see whether which one I prefer using and firing. Hopefully maybe the main gun will have to come back. Anyway, that's for darts. Alright, first thing, the mag release is on the left. When you push, it's pretty easy to drop off. Okay, which is good, but unfortunately, when I look at the picture, I also noticed that it's only on one side, right? So it's easy for the guy on the right-hander, but the guy on the left hand, how gonna release? I don't know. Let me try, right? Yeah, can. Right. I don't know. It's just inconvenient, alright, for if you are left-hander. So dual wheel, you probably have to take care of the release over here. That's one. Alright, so what else over here? So it's actually pretty strange to me. As you can see, again, Worker did not make it symmetrical. One side is wider than the other. I have no idea why they chose that. Okay, I think the only sort of like one of the common feedback on the stripe is it is like one side is flat, and the other side is like protruding, and yet Worker have the they have the ability to make more and whatnot, but they choose to just leave it non-symmetrical. It just beyond my comprehension. I don't know why they do that. Yeah, anyway, so that's my little gripe over there. Now we know that there's a battery tray which is quite big, and then of course if the battery tray, you see that it's actually there are holes over there. So this is not weatherproof, my friends. There are holes everywhere, right? So even have some ventilation over here. But the thing is, the motor here doesn't have ventilation. Okay, interesting. Okay, but anyway, okay, the battery, I think tray is pretty big. I have this over here. Oh, okay, it can fit pretty well, I think. Okay, over here should be able to fit pretty well. Okay. Okay. I'm not too sure. Should be able to. Alright. Okay. 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 So probably need to do some. Oh, yep. It's in. It is in. Okay. Yep. Alright. So you can fit the battery pretty well. Okay. So there's a PWM over here. Okay. So of course, the pool itself may get a little bit loud, so let's try. So there's no rev button or anything, it's just the trigger. So let's go. Let's see how long it takes to rev up. Okay, let me see. So let's look at the amount of pull required. So pull. Okay, forgot to on the pusher, so let's on it maximum. Okay, so let's go. So it required quite a bit of travel. You see, now it's not revving. So I think if you were to do it better, by now it should be revving, but you have to put a little bit more. Okay, let's take a look at the so-called the pusher itself. Yep. Okay. Okay. So at the fastest, okay, it might. Okay, let's try again. Okay. Yeah, so there are a lot of review that says the RF is not really fast. Yeah, I can see that now. Okay, the rate of fire. I think it's reasonable. Reasonable. Yeah. So who knows? Okay, maybe later on we'll just take it apart and have a look at what's going on over there. Yeah. So, okay, of course you can adjust the RF over here to lower. Okay, and then off it. Okay, so you off it, you won't have the problem. Okay. Okay, you just won't fire off. All right. So next, of course, we have the sling mount over here. Okay, so I'm going to try to find whether I can find this attachment and then show you how it works. Alright, I found the attachment, but unfortunately the one that I had is actually too big. Okay, somehow it just can't go in. Right. So I guess Worker does sell the so-called sling mount. I thought I saw it on their website. But anyway, the one I have is actually not gonna fit. So too bad. Alright, so for stock attachment, actually I like, the other time I say that I would like to use either this or this, right? So of course it turns out that this metal piece is actually obstructing. So if you really want to use this piece over here, you can use the longest or the I think the second one, and then you just fit it in. But it's actually very tight. Okay, for this particular piece, I did fit it in once. Okay, and I have a tough time to get it out. Okay, so it's rather tight. So, and also you can only use the last two settings if you're gonna use this piece. But so I opt for this simple version of it. So okay, over here you can go in. Yeah, it's also a little bit tight, but it does go in pretty nicely. So yeah, so you give a kind of a continuation, a nice little look for the so-called the Worker Phoenix itself. Yeah, so for the magazine, of course, you can change to the longer version. Let me go and find it. Okay, so I found my anger mag. Right, so let's just release this, and then let's put in the anger mag. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, okay, guys, Okay, I try to put in an angle mag. Okay, sort of locked, but you can see it's actually no, it's not tight. Okay, it's actually not. Okay, once you just do a slight pull, it just drop off. I highly doubt that's a feature. Yeah. Okay, and yeah, now it doesn't even gravity drop. But I only have like a one. Do I have another one? I'm not too sure. Maybe I need to check. But it works perfectly fine with this. Oh no. Okay, so if you have this angle mag itself, if you were to pull it hard enough, in fact it's not even hard enough. You just slightly pull it, it actually drop off. Alright. Okay, so that's something you need to take note of. Okay, so it's like I'm not sure whether will it drop off. Okay, that I have to go to test, but it's okay. You can easily pull it out without even the so-called pressing on the release itself. Okay, and then of course, okay, for the one that there's higher capacity, actually doesn't drop off. Okay, okay, so I'm not too sure. Maybe just my okay, just my luck as usual. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I've loaded 3 main gun, 3 waffle head, and then 3 of the included darts. Okay, so let's take a look at the FPS. Okay, so let's put it down here. Okay, let me on it. Okay, let's go. 148. 149. 146. Okay, maybe I'll okay, let's oops, I shot 2, so 141. That's the waffle head. Okay, 137. So actually the short length that does perform a little bit better. So now I believe it's the main gun itself. Oops. Okay, it's about 148. Okay. Oh, this is an error. Okay, 300. That's not possible. Okay, let me just load a few more main guns. Okay. Another error, so sorry. Okay, let me try a last one. Just put 1 will do. So you're not shoot off 2 eyes. Okay, it's about 148. So yeah, so seems like main gun and the so-called worker head dart is about 148. I did get 150s in some occasion, okay, not during this testing, but the waffle dart seems to be okay, the most not the best, but let's try again, maybe the one last time. Okay. Yep, it's about 148. So I guess the last one that I did was probably a rev a little bit longer. I didn't press it fast. Okay. Oh, so it's 151. Ah well, I guess it's more or less the same. So maybe later on we'll take it for a so-called firing, see how straight they go. Yeah. Alright, from the firing, I will say that actually the waffle dart performed the worst. Alright, okay, yeah, it's not as accurate, and it basically you also feel that we have less power behind it. And then the main gun seems to be fine, but a little bit more inconsistent in terms of accuracy. So it turns out The waffle short length that still works best with this setup. Well, from at least from my firing experience. Yeah. So let's move on to the pricing. Is it really worth it? Yep. Alright, so now let's just talk about the price of the Phoenix. Is it worth it or not? Okay, we're just going to solely look at the parts and now let's do an estimate whether is it worth it or not. So I got the Phoenix for 144.97 cents. That's SGD, but when you convert to USD, it's more or less the same, right? So let's take it apart. Okay, let's assume the shell is going to cost about the same as the other worker shell, so it's about 1840, and then the barrel itself, it costs about $1.45. The pusher itself is actually pusher system, give and take, we say is $14.26. But the gearbox is actually a metal gearbox, so it's actually we just add $3 to it. That's normally what a metal gearbox costs over here. And then for the cage itself, we do have a similar worker cage that's dual stage, so let's just divide by 2 and multiply by 3, so that will give it $24.50. And then the motor itself, we know that they are using this motor, which is a 132. Per pair is about $5.99, so we need 3, so it's $17.97. The wheel itself, again, we need 3 pairs, so it costs about $21.72. The PWM unit, it just costs $1. The mag itself, $6, and the dart, just 10 of them, I'll just give it $1 itself. So that will make the total to be $109, just talking about parts itself. Alright, so the balance is basically $35.63. So I'll attribute that to people. Do you want to pay this amount for people to solder all your stuff together? I don't think this is a very complex kind of circuit, but then again, it takes time to solder everything together. So I would say $30 for someone to help me just fix it all together. $35. I'll say it's okay. It's around it, around that. Still within reasonable in my opinion. Yeah. So I guess pricing wise, it's okay. Yeah, for the Phoenix itself. All right. Okay. So this is the internal. Right. So this is a 20 amp micro switch. Okay, that they're using. Okay, the cage itself, you can just remove this piece, which is quite nice. I would say. Yeah, and then the barrel comes out. Yes, and the gearbox is actually a metal gearbox. I'll not dismantle it, but anyway, so this whole thing will come off. Okay, as you can see over here. All right, now the motor itself, I'm not too sure you can see. Okay, the way they solder it. Okay, maybe let me just move it a little bit. So it appears that the motor is just pressed in. I am not too sure whether it's there screws. I doubt so. Okay, so that's something that as you can see from the edge itself, the so-called the wheels is actually no. Okay, if you can see. Okay, this is like the depth of the entire motor. Okay, maybe I will just get a motor for comparison if I can. Okay, so this is like a 130 motor, right? Okay, so you can see that now. The motor is definitely protruding out of the cage itself like this. Yep. So I'm not too sure how they secure it, but yeah, so that's one thing that I might worry about. I'm not worried about the bottom, because I think the bottom is actually, there are these pegs over here that actually push against the motor itself, so it's actually quite secure. But not too sure about the top part though. Yeah, so maybe it's the other side. There's some things. No, don't think so. Yeah, so seems like the motor is maybe floating. Okay, anyway, yep, so definitely it won't come off from the other side because of the pack, but the top part, yeah, so there's something that I will be looking at. Yep. Okay, so that's more or less the internals. Nothing much, no MOSFET, don't think so. Just a PWM. Okay, and then like I say again, the gearbox is actually a full metal gearbox. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna close this up. Okay, so final conclusion, do I like the Phoenix? Okay, I like the PWM over here because when you off it, it acts almost like a safety, such that you can only rev and it won't fire off. So I think this is a good touch, whereby you can act as a safety. I do not like the magazine. Okay, it's very easily you can pull it down easily. Okay, over here. Yeah, so maybe that's for the left-hander, whereby you can just pull it down. But it's a bit too loose, okay, in my opinion. Okay. Alright, so with the higher, extra length one, it doesn't actually drop as well. So a bit too loose for my liking. And in terms of performance-wise, it is not the best. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, in terms of RF as well as the three stage to produce 150 around there. I guess it's not the best, but I guess it will do. Battery compartment is a plus. Okay, can hold pretty much. It's not symmetrical. I do not like that. Okay. Yeah. So, do I regret getting it? No. Do I want to use it that often? Maybe not. Yeah, so but it's interesting to have. Yeah, so I'm Tungsten. Thanks for watching.